Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back, baby. We back. We are going live, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Y'all know what it is. Another classic for y'all. We going out to the island for this one, y'all. We going out to Long Island, represent. So we're saying that. Welcome to High School Basketball Weekly. This is not that. We are back with another one, baby. Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. And tonight, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a Long Island and St. Agnes High School great who first started playing basketball in the East New York section of Brooklyn. Before moving to Hempstead, Long Island for Lawerence Road Junior High School, this basketball head began his high school at Maria Regina, where he started as a freshman and made honorable mention, averaging 13 points plus. This basketball head moved to the legendary St. Agnes High School during his sophomore season, where he exploded on the scene, averaging 18 points per game and was second team all-league. In his junior year, he stepped it up even more, averaging 25 points per game. And that summer, played in the prestigious Empire State Games and won gold in the summer of 1986, which was such a great year for those that know. In his senior year, he averaged 20 points, and St. Agnes was 22-3. That year, they lost to Malloy twice and Camden High School in New Jersey. If y'all know anything about high school basketball, Malloy was a beast back then, as well as Camden. They still out there killing. As his high school career came to an end, he was honored with all Long Island honors in his junior and senior year. St. Agnes was the number one team on Long Island during his senior year. After being recruited by numerous colleges, this basketball head went to the University of Wyoming, but after 1 year transferred to the UNC Asheville. After his college career was over, this basketball head played overseas in England, Belgium, and Italy. These days, you can catch him on the sideline as an assistant coach at the legendary DeMatha High School in Maryland. So you already know this is going to be a legendary podcast. So without further ado, help me welcome to the show, St. Agnes High School, Long Island great, and UNC Asheville standout, Kurt Samuels.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online. Buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's going on, Kurt?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. First of all, I want to salute my guy, Rick Cohn, for setting us up, man. He's always let me know about, all the great talent that played out on Long Island. And he's a Brooklyn guy like yourself, right? So,
Yeah.
Those transplants from the city out to the island, and they get to experience a whole different world and also get to make a name for themselves. So glad to have you on the show, man. Glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
No doubt, no doubt. Got a fellow ballhead guy on this.
Gotta
Your joint shining
Move.
too. I gotta get mine clean. Like yours is nice and clean, fam. And I want to jump right into this, man. Salute to my guy, Ayatollah Beats, always in the building, the #1 basketball head in the world. Ayatollah Beats, no doubt. Straight out of Portland, Oregon, by ways of New York. We all over the place, man. And you know what's so crazy? I was looking at, they had a math reunion. They had, if I can remember everybody, I know they had Rolando Blackman. They had what's my guy that played for Detroit? That came from the oh man, he helped Isaiah to win the championship.
Dumas?
Not Dumas. Aguirre, Mark Aguirre, right? Mark Aguirre, right? There you go. They had another point guard that he played for the Knicks. I can't remember his name right now. He was a head coach for Toronto Raptors at one time. He was a Mavs great. But anyway, what I want to say is that you had two New York guys on that panel, which was Rolando Blackman and, of course, you know, our guy Sam Perkins from UNC. Mm-hmm. And Perkins from Brooklyn, then moved upstate. I played at Shakers and then went on to, you know, to start him in North Carolina and start in the pros. But just to say then that, you know, we're all over the place, man. I'm looking on the NBA and, you know, you got Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, and you got Mashburn sitting there, right? And then you look at the other NBA show, you got Barkley, Shaq, but you got Kenny Smith right there, right? We all over the place. So people always, you know, try to knock New York. Like, you know, New York is, nah, fam, we still a Mecca. I'm talking about New York as a whole, right? And we're all over the place. So you're here with us tonight, man. We get to celebrate you tonight, brother.
That's nice.
Look, he been all humble and all that. But, yo, I want to jump right into that, man, into your basketball career. Who introduced you to the game? He has frozen on us. Let's get back. Check your camera real quick before you get back to us. Thank you for everybody that's coming on to check in. Yeah, man, he was, man. I'm definitely, you know, I heard his name bubbling back in the days. Got to read up some more about him. Man, hell of a player for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Did Mark Aguirre play for DePaul? I wonder. Did Mark Aguirre play for DePaul? I would like to see that. I think so. Did he play at DePaul? Yeah, played at DePaul University, Mark Aguirre. That's right. You got it, Ayatollah Beats. Lab Michelle, what up, homie? How you doing, brother? Happy New Year and all that. Definitely. Lionel Williams, what's going on? Appreciate you tapping in. For those of you who's your first time, please subscribe to the channel. Wait for Kurt to come back on. But like I was saying, you know, people always talk about New York basketball, but we're all over the place. Great jobs, still informing the public of what's going on. And, you know, the new trend is to leave New York. With the kids, the new trend is to leave New York. But you got kids that's coming here from other places. No, honestly. You got J.J. Addison coming from the DMV, right? You got Javon, why is his name skipping me? From Scanlon, right? He come here from Georgia. You got Lee Robinson coming in from Nebraska, and these guys is making their names in New York coming from other places. And you got kids from New York saying they want to leave New York, which is crazy. He said, remember he did. In fact, he was trying to get all the best players. In fact, he was trying to get Zeke to go, but his mom said no. Yeah, man, just because, you want to rep for your hometown, right? He didn't have to leave Chicago to do what he have to do to make it to the NBA and become a great player. It's a lot of people out there who have stayed home and did it big, man. So our guy Kurt is back.
Yeah, I had to go to my phone, man. I don't know what happened. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. And you look a lot better, too. Not blurry no more. You good.
Yeah, I
you
use
good,
my phone.
brother.
I just use my phone, man. I don't
No
know what
doubt.
happened.
No doubt. We good. So,
All right.
I want to get back
introduce me to
into
the
it.
game?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I just grew up in Brooklyn. I just started going to the park, man. PS 213 in East New York, and just started playing. And we played every sport, growing up. So we just played everything. Me and my friends, we just went down the park, started playing.
And like games like Cocolivio,
Oh yeah, Roundup.
There you go. That was right. But those are our trainings, right?
Yeah.
The hand-eye coordination with the Skelly. Like if we think about all the things we were doing, we was getting conditioned early to play sports through all those games.
Yeah.
Which is
definitely.
crazy.
No doubt.
Yeah. We just gotta, just kind of put it all together, man. What age did you move out to the island, and when did you start to adjust to life out on the island?
That's funny. I moved to the island when I was about 12 years old, going into what grade? I was going into the 7th grade. It's different, coming from I had to get used to the crickets at night and all. I couldn't sleep early, but yeah, I got used to it. Got used to, things closing early, got to walk, everything's much farther away, stuff like that. But, I got used to it quickly, just try to I found Kennedy Park. I don't know if you know Long Island. I went to Kennedy Park.
Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah, started going to Kennedy Park first. And then, when I started going to middle school, was junior high back then. So Lawerence Road, I started playing. I had a really good coach, Coach Greenblatt. And, started there. I was the only 7th grader to make the team because, junior high is 7th to 9th grade. So I made the team. I ain't played much, but I made the team. So that was a good start for me.
And listen, back then, that's what it was all about. Just getting on the team, right? And then we can show what we can do afterwards. A lot of these kids, they don't play right away. They getting upset. And
that's how it is today, man. They want to transfer. They got, you learn to work, you learn to get better. You learn, okay, this is what I got to do. And so, that's what I did. I got, I had to get used to playing organized ball too, to be honest. I was used to just playing in the street, running plays, doing things like that. So I had to get used to that, which I did after my first year.
Of course, you had to put it all together. You got to put it all together. Cohen Samuel says, my dad is not humble about what he did. So I already know. He be talking his junk. He from New York. I know he be talking his junk. I know. He's on here trying to be all professional like, well, yeah. Right now. We're going to get right to it, man. Definitely going to get right to it.
I can't believe he said that.
And listen, and I know, that's that time, right? Right before you about to hit your teenage years, you leaving your friends behind, and there's a new adjustment. But it seemed like, man, you got it on the crack as soon as you got there, and you got yourself assimilated to what's going on out there, man. So
I surely did.
Yeah.
And actually, that's when I started going to like unlike kids today, I wanted to learn the game. So I used to always go watch actually the high school play, which was Uniondale High School at the time. That's the school I was supposed to go to. So that's when I used to watch like Rick Coombs, Larry Jones, they had what's his name, dude named Lucius. They had Vaughn and a couple other dudes. I used to watch them play, and I was like, man, I want to play here. So that's when I started, the education of the game, watching those guys. I looked up to those guys.
No, look, we all have those guys in our neighborhoods who we look up to, and want to be like, but also show us the way,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the shortest way. The older guys was our trainers. The older
Yep.
guys
No
was
doubt.
the
No
guys who
doubt.
kind of put us in those situations. And I tell people all the time, you had to learn how to get on the court.
Yep.
That's first. You can sit there all day and not get on the court. No one will pick you,
Yep.
right? Then you got to learn how to get on the court and stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. No doubt.
And then you get to the elite level. When you lose, they're like, no, we got Kurt. We got Kurt.
Yeah.
they only
saved
gonna
the
pick
spot.
right. They only gonna
Yeah.
pick
They
4
saved.
guys and make sure
Yeah. They
that you
saved the
there.
spot. Yeah. They
Yeah,
saved the
yeah.
spot.
So that was the way back in the days, man. What was life like at Maria Regina for you?
It was different, you know. Be honest, you know. I'm just going to say it the way I'm going to say it. You know, I wasn't used to being around all those white people. You know, going to a private school, which you know prepared me for life. So I have to say, but going there, you know, my cousin, Sean Gabbardon, he was like, he went there. So I was like, okay, you know, he said, you know, come and play varsity as a freshman.
Mm.
You know, I used to go up there anyway and play. I always play, you know, because I was tall when I was young. So I always played, you know, with the older guys. So I used to go up there in 8th grade sometimes and just, you know, play. So I went there. I didn't start right away. But you know, after maybe 4 or 5 games, I was starting. And it was okay, you know, private school, you know, not many too many problems, you know, just going to practice, working out hard.
And when did you realize, man, I need to go somewhere else to kind of broaden my horizons even more, right?
Well,
'Cause-
the thing was the school kind of closed. So
oh,
I didn't leave the building. St. Ag they combined the schools. I
so it
couldn't
was
let
in the building of
yeah,
St. Agnes.
yeah, it's the same building, which is now
Oh, I didn't know
it's now
that.
Kellenberg. It closed again. It's now Kellenberg. But
Wow.
so when it was closing, I was thinking about should I leave because I was thinking Bob McKillop actually. I went down to Lutheran, and I was talking to him. You know, should I go to Lutheran? I was thinking, do I want to go to Lutheran? Do I want to stay? But I just love the way St. Agnes played. You know, everybody didn't play like that back then. Today a lot of people, you know, played it. You know, we played up tempo. They pushed the ball. You know, we just pressed. You know, we just played. We played hard. We was in great shape. He ain't, you know, complained about shoot. You know, some guy coaches want you to pass the ball 7, 8 times. He like you open, shoot it. You know,
Man,
so we
that's
just
where Billy Donovan come from. So you already
yeah,
know.
yeah. Yo, Billy used to come. They used to come back. You
Right.
know, I used to play against them guys all the time. You know, so yeah, so that's how it was. So you know, after I thought about it, do I want to? And I said, "No, I'm gonna stay at St. Agnes." So I stayed.
No doubt. Lionel Williams said Frank Morris was an integral in Kurt's development as well. Who is Frank Morris and how important was he to your development?
He was he was a big development because first of all, I was in what kids don't understand today. I was in great shape. I mean, we ran. I always tell people I ran more in high school than I did anywhere, college, overseas, anywhere. We ran and we were just in great shape because you know people want to run, you know, want to play up tempo, but you got to be in great shape to play like that. So I mean, he got me in the best shape. You know, I learned that look, you got to run every possession. You may not get the ball, but you still got to run. You got to fill the lane. So you know, I was in great shape. You know, we used to run people out the gym. You know, I think we scored 128 points one game, you know, with no shot clock, no three-pointer, because the three-pointer didn't come into 88 in
That's a
high
fact.
school,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
because when I left the next year, three-pointers was there. So, you know, things like that. So he was, you know, he was big. He was actually the first player. He's the first coach told me I wasn't any good. you know, you know, he's like, everybody tell you how great you are, this and that, man. He told me I had no idea how to play basketball, you know. So, you know, I had a, because you're young, you know, even though to me, it wasn't I didn't really think about, you know, oh, I'm a freshman started on varsity. I didn't think about it like that. I was just playing. You know, I didn't think, oh, but you know, I did know I had more years to play and things like that. But you know, he told me, hey, you know, and he was on me. You know, a lot of coaches, I mean, especially, you know,
the better players, they not on, they on, the bad, they're not yelling at the better players, most coaches.
They don't want them to
So
leave. They don't want to hurt
yeah,
their
yeah, they
feelings.
don't. He was on me. He didn't tell me to transfer. He tell me all kinds of stuff. And you ask all those dudes, Billy Donovan, all the dudes that went there, to St. Agnes, AJ Wanda, a lot of guys came out of there. It's the same way. Some of the guys wanted to leave, but they didn't. It's the best thing for me.
That's right. CK, you right on point. Billy Donovan, AJ Wagner. Yep. That's right. And then came Kurt
All those
Samuels.
guys was ahead of me. Yeah. So, and that was great. All those guys, will come back, talk to you, beat up on you, make you get better, things like that. So it was great, you know.
When did you say you started to garner attention at St. Agnes? Because like that next year you averaged 18, then went to like 25, which is crazy, bro. Like that jump is crazy. 13 to 18. Like, how was that transition for you?
I think my physical growth, I grew from freshman to sophomore year a lot. I got a little bit stronger, a little bit more athletic. But mentally, my biggest growth was my sophomore year to junior year. I,
Mm.
I understood, well, by my junior year, I was the best player. The other 2 years, like my freshman year, I wasn't the best player on the team. My sophomore year, I wasn't the best player on the team. I didn't lead the team in scoring anything like that. But my senior year, I knew, look, I had to come play every night. It's on me. Win and lose is on me. I put that pressure on myself. And to me, it wasn't a big deal. We lost. I didn't like point fingers. I got to play better. Things like that. So, and I did play a lot. My scoring average went down my senior year because we was just good. I mean, we were deep.
22
Um,
and 3 is crazy.
yeah, where we were deep, man. And we had a great starting five, great bench. I mean, literally, I literally averaged 20 points playing maybe about 2 quarters a game. I didn't play. I played most of the season. I played the first and the third quarter. I didn't play that much. I think it kind of hurt us at the end of the year because I wasn't used to playing in the fourth quarter. When we had to play Malloy to go to states and stuff like that. But yeah, most of the year I played the first and third quarter.
That's crazy that you said that because Stephon Marbury said the same thing. He said team was so good he really didn't get to play the third and fourth quarter, especially the fourth quarter, right? So he would, coach, but he get like 20 something in three
Sit
quarters, and
down.
coach would sit him down, right?
Yeah.
30 something, whatever. He said if he would have played all four quarters, he definitely been the number one scorer in New York City history, New York State history.
He probably would have been. I don't know I would have scored as much as him, but I know I'd have scored over 2,000 points.
Yeah,
I
easy.
scored like they say 1,900.
Mm.
Because they said my records. That's why they said the records for my because I told you the school closed my first year, so they say they don't have the records, but they know I averaged like 13 point something points a game. So, you know, and it's funny. I didn't even know that scoring 1,000 points was a big deal. I didn't know.
That back then, no one was thinking about that.
But the thing is, no, I went to, like I said, I used to always go to games. So I went to watch actually Hempstead play. And this kid, George Alfred, called him Gator, was playing. And they stopped the game and they gave him the ball. He scored 1,000 points. And I was like scoring 1,000. So I went back, started adding my stuff. I was like, I scored. My coach didn't celebrate nothing like that.
My coach didn't either. No
Yeah, we
one
didn't.
in my
Yeah,
school that I know of when I was playing um, got celebrated
yeah.
for scoring
I
a
didn't know it
thousand
was a big
points.
deal. I was like, that's a big deal. I ain't know. So they
When I
stopped the
got to
game.
college, I knew. When I
Yeah,
got to
you did
college,
know, but
it's
you
like,
knew about then.
yeah,
But yeah, in high
yeah.
school, I didn't know it was a big deal.
No, we didn't know. We didn't know back then, man. We didn't know back then. It's so crazy. Uh, at the time, what was the basketball talent like on the island, right? And did you guys go into the city and play much?
My high school team did. We always like our preseason schedule was like we played Christ the King, Colantine, and Colantine was like we lost on my junior. They had Malik Sealy, Adrian Autry. My senior year we didn't play. We scrimmaged them. They had what's the other Brian Reese.
Too
I mean,
many, too many. Every
they
year they had a
yeah,
McDonald
they
All
was stacked.
American.
We used to play Cardinal Hayes in the Bronx. We used to always play schools from this. That was our precinct, because our coach was like, we want to play the best. We don't want to play. Some coaches want to pat their record. We wanted to play the best teams around. So that's why we went every year. We went to Camden. Every year went down to Camden and played. And like you said, people who know Camden, and even still today,
To this day,
Camden got some ballers.
that's a fact. That's a
So,
fact.
every year we drove one down to Camden and played. So, yeah, so we used to just play all the tough teams. Like, who else we used to play in the city? Like I said, we played, like I said, Archbishop we played St. Raymond's.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we play a lot of city teams. And some good Long Island teams like North Babylon was pretty good. It was always good. Always good.
Yeah, but for some reason back then they kept the public school and the Catholic school separate.
We played
Because
public schools too though.
no, but even in the city,
Yeah.
bro, we didn't
Oh
play.
yeah.
We didn't play Catholic schools until we saw them like up in the States.
Okay.
For some reason, they just kept us separate, right? Down in the DMV where you guys at, the Catholic school and the public schools in one league, correct?
Yeah. No, not our league. Our league is all private. I'm in the W.
Oh,
We
and it
play
was the W. It was that the W.
WCAC.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
Okay,
all private schools.
got you.
Some say one of the best leagues in the country.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
along with the Catholic school league here in New York, right? So they
Yeah.
always
Oh
been
yeah,
counted
New
as
York
one of the
City.
top
Yeah,
leagues.
yeah. They was
Yeah,
always tough. Always. I mean, I kind
yeah.
of compare it to. I'm coaching it now. I compare it to then because it was like this. Because like you said, it was Malloy, Christ the King, Talentine, Cardinal Hayes. I mean, it was like some. Every night. Some good players, man. Every night.
And it's crazy. Talenton, Rice, and All Hollows are all now closed.
Oh, we played All Hallows too. Yeah, I forgot we played All Hallows too.
Yeah. Different towns, man. Different
Yeah,
towns. So did you guys play Hempstead, and who was the top team in Long Island?
we didn't play Hempstead. I don't know why. And Hempstead has some great players, man. Byron Prince played with me from Hempstead at in the Empire State games. Yeah, Hempstead was always good. I mean, every year they were good. They had so many players, man. They was always tough. I don't know why we never played them. I think we wanted to schedule them, but I think the coach said going from my coach. I don't want this. Is what he said. He said that we were stealing his players. And really we had because I was supposed to go to Unity. I wasn't supposed to go to Hempstead. I lived in Hempstead, but my boundary was Unity High School. But we had my man Joe T who lived in Hempstead, and we had this kid named Denfield James who lived in Hempstead, and they came to us. But to be honest, Joe's my boy, but he wasn't that good when he first got there. He
you
wasn't, man.
got good afterwards, bro. You got good afterwards.
Yeah, nah, he was he kind of just started playing his sophomore year in high school, But he was 6'6", man. But after 1 year, man, he did everything, man. Blocked every shot, got every rebound, man. He was great for us. So yeah, and so was Danfield, who did, was great defender, because that's one thing. You go to Hempstead, you gotta play some defense.
Right.
So you gotta play some defense. And that's all they grew. I think a lot of them played for what's his name, Jack Ryan or something like that. I think it was a lot of kids grew up playing from that, and so they like a lot of the guards. They all played the same. I did play Hempstead freshman team when I was at Lawerence Road, though.
Yeah,
I
but
did play
again,
them.
I think it's still the same thing. They kept it back then. They kept this Catholic school and
Yeah.
public school separate.
Yeah,
Now,
we played.
now in the city, they all play each other. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So look, we're talking about some of the great Long Island players that was good during around your time. George Alfred, right, was good
Yep.
from Hempstead.
Yep.
Troy Rowe from Bridgehampton.
Yeah, Troy
Bobby
Baldwin.
Brown from North Babylon.
Oh yeah.
Chris Dunn from Longwood.
Yeah, it's my junior year.
Eric Odom. Eric Odom,
Yeah.
my former teammate at FDU, who played at
Okay.
Huntington. Yeah. You had Northcutt, right?
Yep.
John Northcutt. You had George Robinson.
Yep, Manhasset.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yourself was on that list. Who else? Tom Grice, who I also had on the show.
Oh,
Right.
I
So
didn't know you had Tom on the show.
yeah, man, I had Tom on the show. Yeah, a lot of people been on the show, bro. A lot of people been on the show for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
my junior year.
man, a lot of ball players, man. It's
Yeah, St.
crazy.
Anthony's, they was in our league. So we played them. I was playing against Tom Grice's. I was a freshman. He was a sophomore. So we played them every year, twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year.
Yo, you know he's a comedian now.
Yeah, I know. I keep it with Tom. I keep it with
Okay,
Tom. We friends
cool,
on
cool.
Facebook. Yeah, I keep it with Tom, man. He's
No
tough.
doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. Uh, he said, he said, he said, Dad, when you gonna talk about the other Kurt?
I don't know what other Kurt. Man, tell him that. Boy, shut up, man. There's a couple Kurts. I got a son named Kurt, but a guy named Kurt I played with too. Kurt Schmigel. He was a lefty player. He was actually the only my junior year. He was the only senior we had.
Really?
My junior year we had one senior. And he was the
Wow.
only one, yeah. But he was tough, man. Could do the Stansbury 360. I know he loved him telling me that. He could do that.
But look, that was our first time seeing that. I
I
got a
know.
on my high school podcast. I got a high school podcast because New York City, they don't cover New York City basketball no more in the papers like they used to.
Oh, they don't?
Right?
Oh,
No, so it's up to guys like myself and a few others who kind of do the stuff online, and we give them the platform to come on the show, the different coaches, the things of that nature. Trying to keep up for with the rest of the country and giving our players that pub, right? So yeah, it's definitely falling into our hands, and we're kind of like the gatekeepers for that right now. Um,
how's the basketball out there now?
Basketball is great, man. We
Okay.
got at least right now, we got at least 11 guys going Division 1, and the year's not even over yet. So we got a couple of guys who haven't even signed yet. So we're looking good, looking pretty good, man, looking pretty good. And we got guys, in different places like Jolly Swan, who left Jefferson, who's now playing at St. James in the Scholastic League. You have Deron Rippey, who's from Brooklyn, who played out in Blair, who's going to be McDonald's All American,
Okay.
right? So, we got them all over the place, man. It's a few more out there as well, man. So, but the basketball has been great in New York. Basketball has been great in New York. People say, oh, it's down, but people going to say that, especially when they're not playing no more, right? People always say, oh, it's
Yeah.
down. It wasn't like how it was. Nothing is like how it was, right?
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
we didn't have phones. Just imagine we had phones back then, Kurt,
I know. Yeah, I know.
and we had
It,
social media.
it would be crazy. I'm glad we didn't.
I'm glad we didn't either.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
glad
glad
we
we
didn't.
didn't either. You know. So, let's talk about some of the other guys you had on St. Agnes team. I know you mentioned that lone senior, but some other guys on that team, especially during that senior year, that kind of made that team so special. That 22-3 season.
Oh, if you look at my first team next year, when I was a senior, I had my man Greg Smith. Man, Greg Smith was tough. He's our point guard, man. He's from Rochdale, Queens.
Really?
Yeah, he's from Rochdale. We had a couple here. He's from Rochdale. We had a couple people from Queens on our team. Uh, yeah, Greg was tough, man. He got me the ball, so but
So you
but
never
he
gonna
scored.
forget him.
Oh, I'm never going, but he scored too. He was our second leading scorer. He ran the show. I had my man Joe Teague, like I said, the big, blocked everything, rebound. I mean, he did all the intangible things that you cannot win without. I had another kid that was a junior, Marion Mathis. He was tough, man. Like just, I mean, one of the best defenders we had. Had my man Craig Woody Williams. Man, he started sometimes, came off the bench sometimes, but the boy could score the ball, man. He was from Queens too. I forgot what part of Queens he was from, but he was from Queens too. Uh, who else we had? I said we had my man Denfield James, uh, another good tough guard. We had my man Jack Lazaro, another guy came off the bench, point guard. He did another good job getting me the ball. We had who else we had on that team? A kid Billy Smith. Billy Smith was tough. You know, We had this guy named Brady, man. This kid could just shoot. Don't leave, So, we had a lot of guys and everybody knew their role. That's what made us good. They all knew their role.
Right.
So, guys, they all did their job. And when you wasn't doing your job, we would tell you, you know, we held each other accountable, so it was great.
And I'm gonna look at this article right here. I'm gonna bring this up. I don't know if you probably can see it on your phone or not, but as soon as I say it, you're gonna know what it is. Is Sam Hughes the Mr. Cub of basketball?
I didn't even know what that meant when he wrote it, but I don't know what that meant. But yeah, what about it?
Like, I was trying to figure out what the hell that means.
I
Like
didn't know
what
what
was
that meant, man.
like,
I don't know what that meant, man.
you know,
But
he definitely he said the old adage of it's not who starts but who finishes proved true again in the Nassau 197 victory over Suffolk in the 23rd annual Smithtown Summer League All-Star game. Kurt Samuels of St. Agnes, the closest thing you'll see to a kid pro on the floor.
that's what he
Whoa.
said. Well, what happened was we was playing. We played a championship game. So we was in the summer league. So
Right,
we played the championship game and then we played the All Star game after. So the championship game we won. So when the All Star game, I was tired. So
right,
I didn't start. I was like, I'm not going. I was like, I ain't starting. It's an All Star game. But it was still, you got Pride, Nassau versus Suffolk. That's what it was. So I was playing for the Nassau. So I think I scored 27 in the championship game. But then and I got MVP. And
yeah.
then I had 25 in the All Star game and got MVP. So that's when I talked to him, and he's telling me, "Boy, they wrote this article."
Yeah, that's where it is not who starts but who finish.
Yeah.
And I always
So
tell
yeah,
kids that.
they don't get it. And I mean, I'll bring this up, but a lot of their parents don't get it either.
Trust me,
you
we
know,
go through a lot of that. We go through a lot.
yeah,
Everybody think their kids the best thing since sliced bread.
they do, man.
Now, it's a question I like to ask some people. How many games did your parents come to? Did they go to every game that you played?
No.
Okay, me either.
I can tell you, especially back then. I don't remember how many came my senior year, but I know in junior high they came to none. Um, my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, my mother came to one game each year.
My mom saw me play in college, and
My senior year, she came to a few games though.
my dad saw me play in high school, and they both saw me play once.
Wow.
Now, did that hinder you?
I don't know. I mean, one time I wanted my mother to come, and she was like, she's tired, which I understood. My mother worked hard, man. She's a
Hard
nurse.
workers. That's right.
Yeah, sometimes she work a double shift. So, sometimes you like, but I got it. It didn't hinder me. But it's funny. My mother came to my first varsity game. I do remember that. It's funny, and it was against Unity High School. The school I was supposed to
Mm.
go to, and she came to my first varsity game, and she's telling me how to play.
Right? You got to coach on the floor, coach in the stands.
Telling me I got to be more aggressive and stuff like that. I was like, at the
Right.
first game, she saw me play. But
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah,
Lionel Williams said you had the demeanor of Ernie Banks and John Havlicek. Wow. Wow.
yeah.
Was you that serious?
Nah, it's funny. My freshman year, you're mature. It was just fun. I just, I used to play and smile, and it was just, I'm not comparing myself to Carmelo, but Carmelo laughs a lot when he played, and that's how I was my freshman year. But my sophomore year, my coach was like, look at Bernard King. Does he smile?
Right, right,
And I was like, nah. So I just didn't smile. I was just, I straight face, you're gonna miss shots. You're
right.
gonna make, it is what it is, and you miss some, it is what it is. So that's how it was.
Nah, that's definitely something that you know Well, we didn't take that serious back then. You know, if we did something good on the court, you kind of smiled. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I posted a letter that you had for the 5-star camp, right? When you received that letter, what was the feelings inside? And did you say to yourself, damn, I arrived?
It's funny. I didn't even go. I
Yo, hold
went.
on,
It's
hold on,
funny.
hold on, hold on. We're
Nah,
gonna,
no, I went to 5-star.
okay, but I'm about to say, I'm about to
No, I
throw a
went to
tech on
five
you. I'm
star.
about to throw a
No,
tech.
I went to 5-star. It's funny. I went to 5-star. The first time I went to 5-star, I was going to the 8th grade.
Mm.
So I went. Like I said, I didn't think about age. My cousin's like, let's go. We went, and it was cool. Um, so I went.
But you ain't go as Kurt Samuels. Kurt
Nah,
Samuels.
I
You
was I
was
was
just
I was
with,
still in middle school. Yeah, I was just
yeah.
going, because my junior high school coach was like, "Oh, y'all need to go to basketball camp." I said, "Okay, I'll go to basketball camp." So I went to 5-star. So you play, you learn. It's funny, like a lot of who was at this camp, man? Like Muggsy Bogues was at this camp. Who was at the camp? Man, I'm trying to remember the name. Pearl Washington was at the camp. There was, a lot of guys, Tommy America, a lot of guys, Russell Pierre, a lot of guys at this camp. I was a young kid, so you just watching and learning. And then I went back going into my sophomore year. And that's when I got to know a lot of those guys, all the guys that was actually in my league, like Tom Grice, because we all was in the same bunk, Kenny Atkinson, all the dudes from Holy Trinity, so we all went to that camp. We got a little trouble, but that's another story. But then I got a letter. You know, they said I think the letter said I was one of the top 72 sophomores in the country, and this and that. But I didn't have nobody really telling me what I should do, and I probably should have
We
went.
didn't you didn't know like the
I
information.
didn't.
If you don't have the
Yeah, I
information,
didn't know.
right?
I
Yo,
didn't
this is
know.
important for your
I didn't know.
career.
I didn't know it was a big deal.
You're one of the
I
ones
did.
in the country. Probably
Yeah.
would have been all American.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a big deal. And I was like, man, I don't go to this camp by myself. I'm like, who I'm going to this camp with? I got my boys. Anybody was like, go to this camp, man. And then I'm thinking, if it's such a big deal, then it should be free. Why I gotta, ask my mother to pay for this camp for me to go. So,
Oh,
I
so it was
mean,
an invitation.
it was just, I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know.
Nah,
I
hold
don't
on.
think it was free. I don't think it was free.
Yeah, you got one of the letters. It was free, fam.
It was? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, for sure.
Uh,
For
I
sure.
didn't know. I
For sure.
probably look. I wish I had somebody, telling me what I should have did because I should have
Listen,
probably went.
Jamal Mashburn, rumor is, I don't know, allegedly, Jamal Mashburn didn't make the McDonald's All-American games because he didn't go to that last session of 5-star.
Oh,
And when
really?
I had Ross Strickland on here, he said that hindered him from being McDonald's All-American as well.
Wow.
Because he was like, I already played against all those dudes. I bust their
Yeah.
ass. Like, why I got to
Yeah.
go back there, right? Not
Yeah.
knowing it's the political thing, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. So yeah, I didn't know, and I don't think my coach at the time he didn't really like all that stuff. Frank and Morris didn't really like all, so he wasn't going to suggest I go, so I didn't go.
Hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah, but we had a camp on Long Island called Top 70 that McKillop used to run
Mm-hmm.
at Lutheran, and it's just like on the weekend. So you just go and you just go and you play games, and there's coaches there. It's not like 5-star, but it's coaches there. So that was there's a lot. I got a lot of letters from all that stuff. It's different now. There was a big deal getting letters. Instead of So I could have went to like West Virginia was recruiting me. UTEP was recruiting me. Actually, I tell people Tony Archibald came to my house. You know, because he was working for UTEP at the time.
Right, right.
Yeah, so he came, and was talking to me. My parents had no idea who he was. They ain't really watch basketball.
Well,
But I was
we
like,
gonna we definitely gonna get to the recruiting process.
all right,
But I want to go back a little bit and talk about that Empire State games because we gotta figure this stuff out right now, right? Because what year did you go to the Empire State game? Like what year were you in high school when you went to the Empire State game? Did you win in the
so
high school or
MP.
did you win in the Open?
No, I won in high school. I didn't win in the Open.
Okay, Of course,
I won in
because
high school.
So
Yeah,
now,
cause New York City
was it was it was it your sophomore going into your junior year?
no, my junior year going into my senior year. That summer, my junior year going to the senior year.
And if you graduated in 87,
So,
which I did
yeah.
as well, I'm trying to figure out how did you win the championship? Because we was there that same year.
Now I played. It was the summer '86.
Oh,
Because
the
I
summer of
graduated. I was
86. So,
'86. Yeah.
right, okay. So then that meant it was that 85, 86 year.
Yeah, my junior year.
Right, right.
Yeah, '86, '87 was my senior year. So '86, '80, '85, '86 was my junior year. And so who was on that team? I had Ed Newman from, we had a couple Catholic League dudes, Ed Newman from Chaminade.
Yep, yep,
Uh,
yep.
me, was that the only two Catholic League people we had? Yeah. I'm trying to think. Everybody else, you have my kid Bill Martin from North Babylon. Um, who else we had? We had Troy Bowe. Troy Bowe was tough, man. Troy Bowe, he went, I think he ended up going to Hawaii from
Mm,
Bridgehampton. And he
got
made
you.
first team, he made first team on Long Island his junior and senior year. Me and him made it. Bobby Gordon, Byron Prince, Kelvin Calhoun, another dude named Andy Dees, Troy Cousins. I know I'm leaving people out. Try, but yeah, and we actually and like I said, we played against what's my man I told you from Duke? Uh
Christian Leitner.
yeah, Kristen Leitner.
Now, who
So
did y'all play in the championship?
we played the city.
Who
We
was
played the
on that
city for the
team?
goal.
They
Who was
must
on that
have
team?
been Ralph James, Sean Williams,
Yeah. Ralph
those
James on
guys.
that team.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Because
So we it's funny, we played them. And we also played again. The first game I think we played against King Rice.
got you.
So Troy Bowe kind of locked them up.
Right, right.
So we beat them by like 19. Then I think we lost to the city by 1. But they kind of wasn't in our bracket. So we played the home team, which was Buffalo, which was Christian Leighton and them. We beat them. So we got to go in the medal round. I forgot who we played first, but then we played them for the gold. Yeah, we played them for the gold. So it was great. Beating them. Because it's funny, I don't know, I was playing in Golden Hoops.
Talk that
'Cause,
talk, talk that talk.
yeah, I played because like my man Greg Smith, like I said, lived in the city, so I always played in the city.
Right.
I played for the Outlaws,
Yep, yep, yep.
Lost Battalion Queens for Kev Jackson. So I think Kev Jackson's still coaching somewhere out there. I can't
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
Kev
He's at a prep school at Believe
yeah,
Prep.
yeah,
At
he had
Believe
prep
Prep.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to play out at Lost Battalion Queens. What's it called? His coasters. Vince coasters a couple games too.
Vincent
Kenneth Smith
Smith.
brother.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So, but I was playing up in Golden Hoops, and I actually missed the bus to go to Empire. So I had to catch the bus out there and go to Buffalo.
Listen, I turned down to go to hoops to play with Derek Chivas and them because there was a choice: stay and play and go to hoops, or you could play with Ross Strickland, Boo Harvey, Derek Chivas. I was just like, say no more.
Like I thought I could make it back. I thought I could make it back and make the bus. Yeah,
no, because it's around the same time.
Same time, yeah.
Yeah, so you had I know I made the choice early, and my coach, and it's so crazy because I didn't realize I made the team until the next. Because I was like, man, I'm just gonna stay home and play Golden Hoops, and then Coach Paul Brown from Boys and Girls, who was the coach at for the Empire State team, college team, called me in the mornings like, yo, Pooh, where you at? We waiting for you. I'm like, he said, Bobby didn't tell you you already made the team? I said, I wish y'all had told me this. I would have, man, I killed everybody because, my senior year, I had to go to prep school, make sure my grades were straight, and came back, and there was so many people trying out. And then the word was getting around, like who was going to be on the team. You were seeing dudes packing up their bags and leaving. because they
Yeah,
knew they didn't have a
yeah,
chance,
yeah.
and everybody else who stayed, got their butt kicked. So definitely a crazy time, man. Definitely a crazy time.
Yeah,
I
because I
just,
remember Kev said, "Why are you gonna go to Empire? The city just gonna beat y'all anyway." So that kind
right,
of pissed me off, man. So that's why I was happy that we beat them and won the goal. So
right. My guy CK said Andy Dees from Central Islip went to
yep,
play football at
and
Syracuse.
yeah, Andy Dees played with us too, man. I think he went to Babylon High School.
Yeah,
Yeah, a big physical kid. Yeah, played football too. Yeah, I remember Andy.
yeah. And it said, don't forget Pocono Invitationals. Archie lived in Roosevelt for some time. I don't know who that is, but Pocono Invitational sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. Um, yeah, man. So you guys had a great senior year. Your team went 22-3. Who did y'all lose to?
We lost to Malloy twice and Camden.
No, I'm talking about in Long Island to take the Long
Oh,
Island championship.
oh, nobody. We didn't lose nobody in Long Island.
Oh, y'all, the number one
Oh
team in
yeah,
Long
no,
Island.
we didn't.
Okay,
Yeah, we was number two in Long. We didn't lose nobody in Long
gotcha,
Island. Yeah.
gotcha. So, what was that recruiting process like for you? And what schools did you narrow down off your choices to?
I mean, it was, back then it was different. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it was a pain, the phone ringing, all the time. But, it's good somebody wants you. I mean, it's different. I had a couple people call me, and people was interested, but the main people main places I could have went to was Iona. I could have went to West Virginia. I could have went to UTEP. And I went because these are schools I didn't visit UTEP, but I could have went to visit UTEP, and I went to Wyoming out of high school.
Now, did you visit Wyoming?
I did, I did.
How was that visit, and what did you think? Far as you coming as a freshman and making that your home. Like, what were the decisions going in that process that made you believe that that place was for you?
What made me believe is, you talk to these coaches, and all these other coaches are telling me what I wanted to hear.
Mm.
They're telling me, yeah, oh, you're coming and start, blah blah blah, and this and that. But the coach at Wyoming told me, you probably won't play that much your first year. We got 8 seniors.
Mm.
But after that, it'd be all you. So I like the straightness. But what was messed up, I signed early and he left. He left and went to another school.
So
So
that rule wasn't in place. If the coach leave, you could transfer.
I don't know if I could have probably decommitted. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't
If the
know,
coach,
but
especially if the coach leaves.
yeah, the coach left, man. The coach, I signed before my senior year.
Wow.
Yeah, so he left, but he left after the season because Wyoming actually was really good that year. They went to the Sweet 16.
Mm.
So, and a lot of those guys were coming back. They had to do Fennis Dembo, who went to the league, Eric
Yeah, I
Letner, who
remember
went to the
Finless.
league.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had some, Reggie Fox. They had some guys, who went, played in the league. So, I went and visited. So I was like, all right, 'cause, I wasn't afraid of working.
Right.
I
Right.
wasn't afraid of, all right, getting better. But he left, and the coach who came in didn't recruit me. And this, I played in some. They said it was I played in an All American game in high school. I think because something you probably never heard of because I never heard of it. We called a joint effort All American game. It was in
Nope.
Denver. It was in Denver. But I had a couple of them. I don't know. You remember this dude Doug Smith? He
Yeah.
actually went to Missouri. He was like a
Yeah.
lottery pick. He played
Yeah.
with Chivas.
Yeah.
So Doug Smith was on my team. I mean, I can't remember all other dudes, but I remember Doug, and he had some other guy was going to Kansas. So we had a couple of guys on this team. We just played like the Denver All-Star team. So they just brought a couple of guys. I think maybe because we was going to, a lot of those West Coast teams.
Midwest and West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think, oh, you coming out here? So we just played in the game. So that's when I actually and the thing was, all the coaches left, except for one coach. So I didn't even know, but they came and watched me play. I played well. But so I don't know, it just didn't work out. So I left.
Yeah. And I looked at this this article here. It says, will Sports Illustrated cover jinx the Cowboys?
Yeah, because Fennis Dembo was on the cover. Sports
Yeah,
Illustrated. The
yeah,
cowboy hat and all
right
that
here.
stuff.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah.
Hold on, I just was
You got that?
come on, you know me, if I right here. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that cover. Hold on. Boom, right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dazzling dude. And I'm saying to myself, wow, they had you up there. It says Cowboy freshman Kurt Samuels eyes the rim on a reverse dunker tip Friday night. It was like, did they kind of put the jinx in? Like, it said jinx. It's like, well, it's jinx. It didn't work out for you. You left.
Yeah, and we lost in a tournament to what's that team with Hagen Gathers in them.
Yeah, that
We
Loyola
lost to them.
team.
Yeah, Loyola Marymount. We lost to them. So yeah, and then all those dudes went pro, and so I actually left and went to JUCO in Wyoming, and then I went to UNC Asheville.
Oh, because you would have had to sit out.
I would have
Smart
to sit
move.
out.
Smart
Yeah,
man.
so I went to
That was a
JUCO.
question I wanted to know, like, what was that process like? Because, if you sat out, then you had the chance to see what UNC was about, see what the
Yeah,
campus life's about, but you went straight to JUCO,
and I
then
went
went
to
to
JUCO.
UNC.
Yeah.
What made you choose UNC Asheville?
I don't know. It was in North Carolina. It was closer to home. I wanted to be a lot closer to home at the time. I mean, and it seemed like an up and coming program. The coaches seemed all right. Uh, I mean, watching tape on them, they seemed like they ran a lot, but they didn't run as much as I would have liked to. But it was a decent decision. I got my degree. That's the main thing.
It seems like, once you got to college, the business of college starts to take over, and it makes you lose the love of the game. I've been there and I've experienced it. I was going to transfer and leave Fairleigh Dickinson as well, but my mom didn't know. We didn't have anybody that could kind of tell her, like, look, he could go to another school and play. She was just
Yeah,
like, listen, you're getting a free education.
yeah.
Don't
Just stay
leave,
there.
right?
Yeah,
Stay there and
yeah.
figure it out. So definitely, I understand that. Did it kind of like peel into your confidence a little bit on the court?
It did. I mean, especially at that time, because at that time, very few coaches played the style I wanted to play. You had like Tubbs at Oklahoma. He was at Oklahoma. Then he left. I forgot what school he went to, but Tubbs at Oklahoma. I think he
Yeah,
went to TCU.
yeah.
And then they had who else? And my man at UNLV. They might
Jerry
be a couple other.
Tarkanian.
Yeah, they might have had a couple other schools sprinkled around that push the ball and just because everybody wants you to pass the ball 100 times and all this other stuff and then we had a longer shot clock. I think we had a 45-second shot clock, something ridiculous. It was just long, man, and it was just like
I think it
so.
was. I think maybe was it. I don't
I
think it
think
was
it was
45.
45 for a year. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think so, man. I'm telling you, it was long, man. It was a
Right.
long. It was long. It was long, man. So it's still like, man, it's a long, shot clock.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I had to adjust, you know, because to me, if I'm open, I'm used to, I'm open. I can shoot.
Right.
I'm gonna shoot the ball.
Right.
So I was a reacting player. I just played.
Yeah.
So
85. Oh, no, 85, 86. It was 45.
yeah.
And then it reduced to 35 seconds, 93,
Okay.
94.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
was already out of school by that
Yep.
time. So yes,
Yeah.
45-second shot
Yeah.
clock.
So it was bad, man. I just remember, I was like, man, I'm playing defense forever. They want still, so you still could hold the ball for most of the time.
Right.
And a lot of coaches, like most of the country, played that way. I mean, actually, Providence didn't play that way because Billy went there,
Right.
Donovan went there, and people don't know he was thinking about transferring,
Mm-hmm.
but he ended up
Villanova
staying.
played that way, and that's how they beat
Yeah,
Georgetown.
that's how they beat Georgetown. I mean, but some teams I understood why they played that way because
Right.
because actually, and what's his name was from Long Island, Gary McLean.
Yep.
That
Yep.
point
Yep.
guard. So,
Yep.
I played against him too. He was a lot older than me, but I played he used to come down and play. So I played against him too.
Another friend of the show. Salute to my guy G. Yeah. Yeah. Man. So, again, um, and I'm gonna go back a little bit. We're gonna start at Wyoming, right? You coming from New York, going out to Wyoming, going in to visit. I know it was popping. They made sure something was going on, and you was like, "Man, this is what it was." And then you get to campus, and you like, "Damn,
Wyoming was okay, man. I mean, because Wyoming's the only 4-year university in the state.
mm,
Everybody knew who I was when I came there, and I wasn't even hardly play, and they knew who I
right,
was. I was like, I'm thinking, how y'all know who I am? They knew who I was, where I was from. So, I mean, people slept out to get tickets because, like I said, we were good. They just come off a Sweet 16 run.
right,
And I think
right."
the year before that, they went to they was in the NIT championship and lost in the channel there. I know they went to the NIT, but coming off that year, so people, it was big business, man. People loved us out there, so it was cool. I mean, yeah, I had to get used to the cold because it was colder than New York, man. It's
Woo!
cold. I had to get used to that, and you know, and they went between black people out there, but besides that, it was all right, man. I enjoyed my time there.
And of course, UNC Asheville, bro. Y'all had all those colleges and all that small area. I know the party life is crazy out there.
Yeah, it was cool, man. But the thing is, like, you go out in Asheville, they didn't like us because we was taking all their girls, to be honest. So they ain't really like us, because we was in college, and a lot, But Asheville, it's a small school. Everybody knew us too, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I just said I got to the point I was like, look, man, I just trying to get this education and see what I could do after that. Because I said I didn't want to leave. I said I want to use college. I didn't want college to use me. So I wanted to make sure I used it and got an education.
Yeah, because it get to that point, man, where guys let their egos get to them, and then they leave school, right? And they leave
Hmm.
school without an education because you mad at something that didn't go your way, right? And sometimes you just got to thug it out, man, and figure it out afterwards, right? You're already in that situation. You're getting a college experience. You plan to, on a road because on the road you get that meal money. It's a little bit different when you're playing against the big schools, right? Because
Yeah,
they get that
per
those
diem.
colleges get that, yeah,
Yeah,
but you know that it's pay for a win. Those big
yeah,
colleges
yeah.
pay those checks, right? And then you get a piece of that. So it all works out, man. It all works out. You get that experience. Um, when it came time for you to leave school, what was the process like for you going overseas, right? And what was it like on your first team? Like, how did that whole process work of getting you overseas to play professional basketball?
Yeah, man, I had to get an agent. Got this guy, I forget his name now but he was in the area, and they just sent out tape, man. And I went to a couple of teams were interested in England, so I ended up going out there. I went to this team called Derby. It's in Derby, England. Um, and it was great, man. Out there, the biggest sport is soccer.
Soccer, that's right.
Yeah. But, we had a nice little crowd. I mean, like, because England it was like, this- it depends on the team. Some of the teams, like, we played at, what we played at wasn't like that big. But, they was loyal to us. They liked us, so it was great. I had a decent year, lost in the playoffs, but hey, it was all right. I enjoyed myself.
And basketball wasn't as big overseas as it is now, right? So
Nah, it
uh,
got bigger. It did get bigger.
a lot bigger. And there's still some nightmare situations that guys still go through overseas, no
Of
matter
not
what
getting
years
paid.
is.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother process. And
Yeah.
so you played for three different countries. What made you stay after that first year?
Man, I didn't want to get a job.
Now explain. No, no, no.
I
I
didn't want
know
to
it
get a
sounds
real job,
crazy.
man.
I know it sounds crazy, but when you're an athlete, a student athlete, and you're playing basketball for your whole life, you don't have no job experience.
Nah,
Like,
yep. I just didn't want to get a real job yet, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back. So I went to, I went actually I stayed in England for a couple of years before I went to Belgium. But yeah, I just like that's the main man. I just didn't want to get a real job. Yeah, I wasn't ready. I was like, man, I'm enjoying my life. So that's what I did.
and which country kind of stood out as the best for you, the best place for you at that time? Like where you had the most fun and you played your best basketball.
Well, I had the most fun in England because they speak English and it was just easy. I like Belgium because the travel was not that bad. Because Belgium's a small country.
Right.
So I enjoy playing in Belgium. Italy, I only played in Italy for like a year. Um, Italy was great because
The
Italy
basketball's a little
act
bit better.
Italy was actually the first time I actually been on the court. I was like, man, this a lot of these guys can actually shoot the ball too. Because they had like I was shooting them. I was shooting like almost 50% from three because
Whew.
I never had so many good looks in my life. Because all these guys can shoot, so you couldn't just, 'cause a lot of times, back you play, you might have two guys that can shoot. They
Right.
key on that. Even though I didn't just shoot the ball, I went to the hole, but still, I'm not getting, these great looks. So I was shooting great, man. So I loved it. It was great,
50% for three
and
is
the food,
crazy.
and the food was good.
Mm,
The food in Italy was good, man.
that's dope. Did you run into any guys who played in the league or would eventually play in the league during that time
When
overseas?
I played on a team for a little while in Italy before I went to a different team. Randolph Keys, I don't know if you remember that name.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I know you're talking about.
He played. He was on a team. In this. He played in this league for a little while. Um, but who I played with over there? In England, John Amici.
Yep, yep.
John Amici. Trying to think who else I played against that was in the league. I mean, in high school, I played against Gugliotta.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was the truth.
Yeah,
Especially
he was a year behind me in high school. So we used to play at the park, so he used to come down. I'm sure I played it. I told you I played against Strickland.
oh yeah,
Malik Sealy.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because
Yeah,
you're gonna have to do your top five soon. All right. Definitely
yeah,
that. Definitely that's the hardest part of the show, man.
yeah.
Did when you came back home to Long Island, did you play any pro-am tournaments or anything of that nature?
Nah, I did. I tried out for what you call it. They cut me, man. What's that? What's that? Because like you said, it's all about who you know, man. I don't know.
Right.
Are they even
Oh,
really
you talking
give me a
about the
real?
Long Island Surf? The Long Island
Yeah,
Surf?
yeah, the serve. I was like, are they even giving me a real look? I'm like, you just there, man. Yeah, cause a lot of guys paid to try out. I didn't pay,
Yep. Right.
they my agent got me in, and I'm like, are they even really even looking at me? So that's really it. I just came home, worked out. I used to go out on the hostel a lot, and just play with those dudes because what's his name? Wright was there, and I used to just go out and just play,
Yep.
stay in shape. Speedy came down a couple of times, but Speedy's younger than me, so he came down. He was actually in high school going to college, so he used to come in. We used to play. But that's really, I used to just go lift, shoot, and then play at hospital because that was like the best run. I mean, if I didn't want to travel anywhere else, so and sometimes like my band AJ used to take me. AJ Wanda used to take me places to play. Because I need to play against some men.
No doubt. We definitely got to get him on the show, bro. Um, If he's still around.
He's still around.
Bet that sounds like a plan. How was that transition back into the real world after you put the basketball down? Like, what was that transition like back into not playing basketball no more, trying to figure it out, get a job? Like, what was that transition like for you?
Well, it wasn't that hard because my body was telling me I needed to stop playing basketball, man, because I had a couple knee operations, but then I ruptured my Achilles. And then when I ruptured my Achilles, I was like, my body is telling me I probably need to stop playing. So I was actually playing in England. Both my kids were born in Europe. One was born in England, one was born in Belgium.
Mm,
Um, but I was playing in England. I ruptured my Achilles, and I was actually teaching. So I went back to school. Even though I had a degree, I got a postgraduate degree in education. So I went
nice.
back to school, got a postgraduate degree in education, and started teaching. And
Which
still,
which
but
which a
I'm
lot
still
of us
coaching.
do.
Yeah, and still coaching though. I always stayed involved. So that was my, try to give back, stay involved in basketball. So I just found places to coach. So that's what I did.
Cool. How did you end up down to Maryland?
And man, let me see. Where was I first? I went to after I finished coaching in England. I wanted to come back to the States. So actually, where I moved to first, I moved to Texas. Was there for a little while. Then I went to Tennessee for a couple of years. I was out in Memphis, playing. I mean, just coaching out there. But then I just, I wanted to move closer to New York, so I could just at least, jump, just drive them if I want to go to New York. So I said, and I had, a couple of family in this area, so I just came to this area. I live in Virginia, the Northern Virginia area, but I do coach in Maryland. So, then I was with some guys at the school called St. Stephen's St. Agnes. The head coach got the job at DeMatha, so we just went all there with him.
Another legendary place, bro. That's
Oh, it is.
you know what I'm
Look,
saying.
I've been hearing about DeMatha since I was in,
You was in
in
high
high
school.
school. In high school, we was hearing about them.
Reggie
Each time
Wills,
on
Muggsy
TV.
Bogues, and them
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Well, Muggsy, they from
No, they're from Dunbar. They're from Dunbar.
Dunbar. Yeah,
Right,
they from
right,
Dunbar.
right,
Yeah, but
right.
what's
Not
his
the
name?
Matha.
What's the other?
The
What's
Matha
his
had
name?
the legendary coach there. Yes,
Yeah, Morgan Wooten.
yes. Morgan Wooten.
Yeah,
Yes. Danny Ferry went there, right?
Danny
Danny
Ferry
Ferry.
went there. Yeah,
Yes,
Danny
yes,
Ferry
yes,
went there.
yes. I
And
remember
so
that.
a lot of guys, man, so many guys went there, man.
Yeah,
You got guys that's in the league that went to the Matha right now.
yeah. Which is crazy. Which is crazy. Somebody asked, is Kimball Walker going to be on the show? Yeah, if he he's always welcome. We're gonna definitely reach out to him, man. With so many people we got lined up that's gonna come on the show, man. So y'all stay tuned for that. Yep, Adrian Dantley went there. That's the first
Yeah,
person I
Adrian
heard
Dantley.
about.
Yep,
Yep,
Adrian
that's the
Dantley.
first person.
He
Yep.
refed one of our games. He was refing for a little while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Adrian Dantley was the guy, man. Yep, for sure. Yep. Everybody remember that. What's your thoughts on players being able to get NIL deals?
Man, I'm happy for these kids, man, making their money. Other people was been getting rich off of us all them years. So I'm happy them kids can make their money. So I have no problem with it.
Nah, I agree. Same here. The more the merrier.
Hmm.
The more the
No
merrier.
doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
I just hope they smart with it, teach them to invest and not to blow all their money. So that's what I'm hoping for these
And that's when
kids.
the parents should be involved in making sure that the kids do right by their money.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got more names for Tom McMillan, James Brown. Okay. DeMatha stop Power 71 games win streak. Oh, Power Memorial 70-game
Memorial,
win
yeah.
streak.
Yep, they did. They beat
Yeah.
Kareem. Yeah, they beat
Yeah.
Kareem.
Yeah. There was and then the only team to beat them in the city was Erasmus. And Paco Screen dad, Mr. Carlton Screen Sr., he was the guard on that team.
Played against Paco too as a variant.
Yeah. See?
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Do you think coaches have an obligation to get their kids into college from starters to bench players?
I mean, I think both people got to work together. I mean, the kids got to do the work, but I mean, the coaches should, be trying to put you. I think the coaches can only put you in front of the other. You try to play kids in the right situation and put them in front of other coaches, so they can see. I can't offer you a scholarship. But I'm gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna play and try to, show your strengths, not your weaknesses, and we're gonna talk you up. So, that we're gonna do our part. So the kids gotta do their part. A lot of these kids don't understand, they have to know they gotta they just think score, score, score. You gotta impact the game. Are you impacting winning? Because they think, oh, because a lot of them listen to other people. Sometimes it's their
The bad
parents.
advice,
Yeah,
crew.
yeah. They listen to these people telling them, "Oh, you need to do this. You need to shoot more. You need to do all this other stuff." And nah, play some defense. Get some rebounds, run the floor, do these other things, do the intangibles, do the things that will help you. And coaches, at least the good ones, notice that stuff.
Yeah, these kids don't understand that scoring only gonna get you but so far.
Yeah,
If you can't do anything else, I've seen guys who was top scorers in high school and then become defensive players or
all the
role
time,
players
all the
in
time,
college.
all the time.
And there's a lot of guys who were big time bucket getters in college doing the same thing. Role players and defensive players. They're doing whatever they can to stay on the floor.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to get on the floor first. How you gonna get on the floor?
That's a fact. That's a fact. If you could change one thing about your career, what would it be and why?
Man, what would I change about my career? I probably would have went to that camp. Yeah, that's one. I know I'd have went to that camp, but I probably, the main thing I think I would have did, I would probably stay myself, man. When I got to college, um, I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to your coaches, but I should have just played the way because I got to put the ball in the hole, and they'd have figured out, all right, I'm gonna let this kid do it, be him. So that's really it.
Sometimes you can't listen. I
Yeah,
fell in the same trap too.
yeah. Can't listen sometimes, man.
And it's so crazy when he needed me, especially when we played against the big schools, right? The Wake Forests, whatever it was that we played against, Cincinnati.
Yeah, I played Cincinnati too in college.
Those handcuffs came off,
Yeah,
right? We get back to league play. You want me to pass 45 times before we get a
yeah,
shot?
yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Yep.
crazy. All right, ready to go have some fun with the top five?
All right, I'll try. I'll think about it. I'll give you definitely
No,
Kenny Anderson.
no. My rules.
Okay, my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
My rules.
All right.
Only 5 players. Can't bring nobody off the bench, and you can't say no. It's a tie between these two. No,
All
none
right,
of
that's
that.
fine. I got no
All
problem
right,
with that.
all right. Let's go.
Top five. Top five.
All right, top 5
Play-
guys. Yes, you have a
I played
question.
against or just played with? Or it just played? It just meant,
So
high
my
school,
rules.
college, or what are you talking about?
My rules.
Okay.
Relax, I got this.
right.
Top 5, and it don't make a difference whether it's in a park around your way.
Okay.
It don't make a difference.
Okay.
It's no limit. All right. Top 5 guys you played with.
Oh, with
Yes.
Greg Smith, point guard in high school.
R.I.P. Greg Smith.
Yep. R.I.P. Man. Play with. You said in high school or anywhere?
Anywhere, bro. Anywhere.
I gotta say, Fennis Dembo. In college, I'm gonna say one dude I played overseas named Tony Dorsey. Played with. I gave you 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I give you 2 more guys that I played with. Oh, I say Kenny Anderson. I played with him at with the Outlaws for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
That's four. And I'm gonna say my boy Joe T.
No doubt. Yo, Chariot Man Games, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Showing love. Saying it's a dope interview. All right. Top 5 guys you played against.
I'm gonna say Lewis Banks. He went to Camden. He went to Cincinnati too. I don't know. He went to Cincinnati. He put 39 on us, so I gotta give him his respect. I say Kenny again because I couldn't get past him my senior year.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't get past him, man. Jeez, played against. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Malik Sealy. Uh,
R.I.P. For
yeah,
sure.
no doubt. That Malloy's team was stacked. Um, played against. So I played against. I played. Man, I can't remember this kid's name, so I ain't gonna say him. But I played against a kid overseas, man. This kid, and he went to Tarleton. He's younger than me. You might know him. I think he passed too, but this kid had to. This kid had the like one of the best mid-range games I ever seen in my life. I couldn't. I mean, like, yo, he just get to his spot. We could. He was just hard to guard, man. But I can't remember his name. How many I gave you? 2 or 3? Malik.
Kenny,
Played
you
against
said Kenny.
Malik Kenny. Oh, and Lewis Banks. I gave you 3.
Yeah.
Played against 2 more. Oh, what I play against? Yeah, I'm just gonna say. I'll say. I'm gonna say Billy Donovan. Like you said, I can say pickup, man. Billy
That's a
lit me
fact.
up one. Man, he looked me up one day, boy. I was like, man, Billy was tough. And I'm gonna say, I just give me another say Agnes some love. AJ Winder.
Got you. So, I gotta text my no, my hopefully he's not asleep. My nephew was asking, does being invited to camps now hold the same weight as it did back then? Yes and no. The camps do not discriminate if you do not come or go to those camps in getting you to the McDonald's All-American games, but it'll be good if you go to like the NBPA Top 100, if you
Yeah,
get invited to like the, which I'm on a committee of, the Nike All-American camp, they got the Adidas camp. So all of those camps definitely are very important. But and all of those come with different politics as well. But
yeah,
if you get invited to those camps, please make sure you show up.
no doubt.
It's definitely important. Definitely important. Yeah. Said always I know you was at the that's a fact. That's a fact. I was there. And if you want to check out the game, go to the YouTube channel and check out the game. I got the Eagle versus Jefferson game up there. So I wasn't at the game, but I saw it. There you go on Basketball Heads. There you go. Oh no, they allowed spectators. They allowed spectators yesterday. So we was all in the building. They let media and spectators in. Facts. All right, last one. We're gonna get you up out of here. Top 5 players in Long Island history, according to Kurt Samuels.
In Long Island history,
That's a fact.
when you say in Long Island history,
I'm talking about everybody who you know that played in Long Island. You can't talk about them if you don't know them,
that's
right?
true.
That's all it's about. Oh wow, Wings lost at the buzzer to Brooklyn Collegiate at Stevenson tonight. Wow, Wings is going down hard. That's it. They got knocked out the top 20. That's it for Wings. So just to let y'all know.
Top 5 players in Long Island history. I ain't
Yes. Quarter
Man,
to
that's
you.
tough. That's tough. Top 5 players, you know. Man. I have to give it up to, I mean, I played against him in college too. So I'm gonna say Tom Gugliotta.
Uh-huh.
I played in high school, but he got a lot better. And I played against him in college. So I'm gonna say Tom, Long Island. A lot of players out of one dude, man, I probably should have mentioned him. I forgot about mentioning him. Uh what was his name? Bobby Brown. You think Bobby Brown? Yeah. From North Babylon.
Yes. Yep. Yep. He's on that list. Yep.
Bobby Brown was a monster. He was a year ahead of me. Like I said, I used to watch these, I watched everybody. And man,
Right.
he used to dunk on people, man. I mean, high school, he was a monster, man. I'm gonna say Billy Donovan
Yep. So that's Bobby
3
Brown, Billy Donovan, Tom
and
Gugliotta.
Gugliotta.
2 more.
Oh man, yeah. I should have wrote this down before.
Nah, that's why it's the hardest part of the show. We
Yeah,
can't give you the
it is
preview.
hard, man.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. I gotta think, top 5 players in Long Island history. Man, there's a lot of dudes out of Hempstead, a lot of dudes out of North Babylon. But I ain't play against some of them. That's why I can't say them.
Nah, you don't have to play against the
I mean, but I ain't see them
you
play.
okay, got
I
you.
mean, I see like
You seen some play in the pros. I'm not gonna give you any hints.
I mean, I see. Oh, that's true. That's true. Who played in the pros? I said Tom already.
Afro, maybe. A lot of style.
From Long Island.
That's right.
Oh, I did. You know what I did? I'm gonna throw your
Roosevelt High
names.
School.
Oh yeah, Dr. J. Yeah, of course. Dr. J. I forget. See, I forget about Dr. J. I'm gonna throw out a name who actually gave me some pub when I was young. Told me keep working. I don't know. You might have heard of. You a Knicks fan? But is he from? Actually, I don't know if he's from Long Island.
Say it. I'll let you know.
Toby Knight.
Toby Knight. I think Toby is from Long Island. Hold on.
I think he is, because what's his name's from Long Island too. So I left out my man who played for the what you call it right now, but I seen him play. So
Right.
who plays
Tobias.
for
You talk about Tobias as well?
Tobias Harris,
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot about Tobias.
Toby is actually from the Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say Tobias then.
Yeah. Tobias
I gotta
Harris.
say Tobias.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I probably got some other people, but I say Tobias.
Okay. And you got one more?
Nothing that said Tobias.
Tom Gugliotta.
Gugliotta.
Oh, you did add Doc.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I got, of course, Doc. I used to play against his so-called nephews.
Oh, yes. Who's
back in
handling
the
this?
day.
Yep. Kenny Smith never attended 5-star, but was a McDonald All-American. Yes, let me explain that to you. The reason why Kenny Smith was able to skip 5-star, because Tom Kachowski went to Malloy.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And not saying that Kenny Smith and Kenny Anderson didn't deserve their props, but they had the hidden hand behind them. And Tom Kachowski, who was a former student of Malloy. Yep. So Ross Strickland played at 5-star, but skipped one game for no, he missed the last session. Check, I got the show to prove it. Yep. Said Toby Knight went to Port Jefferson. So
that's what I thought.
Maybe. Because maybe he was born in the Bronx and moved to.
He went to Port Jefferson.
He went to Port Jefferson. Yep. So you was on point. You could have added him. Okay.
Yeah, Toby Knight was tough, man.
Got you. Well, man, this has been dope, man. This has been dope.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Man, I love
reminiscing.
Hey, listen, bro. Look, I always say this, right? You never know when we're not here no more and somebody's writing these stories, they may include your story and put their words to it.
Yeah, they make
Now
their own story.
Listen, we know that forever, right? And this is why I tell guys, you know, they're always talking about basketball players is dumb, and this is only half the books, all written by ball players. Okay? All written by ball players. And we get to write our own stories now. We get to tell our own stories, even if it's through the oral form, like they did it back in Africa. So I'm glad you was able to come on here and tell your story. I enjoyed it. I get to learn some new history about New York basketball, especially out in the island, because sometimes they try to separate us. They don't even want to talk about New York City. You know, even though we're New York City based, it's all about New York here. So, man, enjoy the rest of your night, man. Peace to your family,
man.
And I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
No doubt.
All right, thanks. All right,
Peace.
bye.
Yeah. Wow. What a great episode, man. What a great episode. Salute to my guy, Kurt Samuels, Long Island, St. Agnes, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll get no better than that. This guy played against some great players, and he also gave a lot of great players some buckets, too. Can't forget that. But the one thing I want to say, the message that we got out of tonight is never lose who you are. No matter what. Don't forget what got you there. But a lot of times we get to these places on the next level, and we forget what got us to that level. And we let people talk us out of being ourselves. And sometimes we push our superpowers to the background for the grace of somebody else. That's the message. Don't let nobody talk you out of your superpowers. Remain yourself. As long as you stay respectful, keep your integrity. And always remain true to you. All right? I appreciate everybody who came on the show. Thank you. Yup, Rob Moore, definitely Hempstead, played in the NFL. Yup, salute. Randy Smith, Bellport, 12-year NBA vet. Facts. Buffalo guy, Randy Smith, played in this tournament back when I was in high school. It's crazy out there. It was like playing at the Ruck out there, out in Buffalo. It's crazy. Played against Christian Laettner out there. Tom always referred to me as the Bronx guy when he saw me. Always been cool with me. Salute, brother. Salute. Yeah. Well, we're about to get out of here. Y'all know what y'all do, man. Please like and share the content. And if you're first time here, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when the shows are coming on. Cost you nothing, right? It costs you nothing. Please support the channel. Help us grow. Help us get to 20,000, right? We're on our way to 20,000. Let's go. New York basketball. Glenn Poole Harding. Basketball Heads Live Podcast. Y'all know what it is. The official home for New York City basketball. New York in general. You know how we do. We are out of here. Peace.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online. Buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.